Welcome
to
our
our
channel. Today we were invited to do a taste test between Lechon A and Lechon B. So we have a let's see. Well, how do you know?
You can tell.
Let's see. Well, that's okay. Oh. Yeah, so the crunchiness things we're gonna do that here, but we're talking about appearance. So, appearance-wise, it looks pretty good. But you could tell that the two different cooking methods and such. But outside of that, because if it was the same, it would look the same. If it was cooked the same, you would have to have roughly the same things. But you can tell most of the fat here has been. So outside of that, other than that, you can tell it looks a little bit darker, lighter. It's more the. I would personally give it a toss-up because they both look good, as it may have more fat than this one. This seems to be less fat visually.
You can eat it. Yeah.
So.
So you want to smell. You want to do like this.
No.
The smell. Wag mo ilagay.
I like the smell of the inside. So that's
Dati
being,
hindi mo i-smell na ganyan.
you can tell if there's a difference in the smell if they used similar or the same ingredients. Yeah, there's difference. Does not. This seems to be has a little bit more peppery smell-ish, but will the pepper smell be a part of the flavor profile of this versus whatever this is, right? So this similar down here, but what can you expect? But feel a more thorough cooking versus here. You can see how this is a lot darker versus here. So I can actually see what's in there. So it has some crunchiness if you. And for this one, apparently Lechon B recommends some toyo and some sili because it's there. So everyday stuff. They're both everyday. I think you can probably get it at your local Asian store. The spicy vinegar with the garlic is probably standard too, and the soy sauce too. You can probably, but this came with it as part of this product's offering. I don't know how many, but it came with the sauce. Now the next thing is the taste, but you need to cut it. So we'll do A first, and then I'll be right back after I get a knife. Here we go. Okay, here's one.
Got it.
No. So here's a cross section. So this is your standard. It's a pork belly that's been tied off. You can see all the fats and everything. It's been cooked. Let's do a cross section of this also. So let's take a look. So as you can see here, guys, so this is a cross section of A and B. What you can tell is that this has slightly less fat because it's been rendered more. You see there's still a lot more on the upper ones and such. You can see that it's crispy here, but we'll go with the taste test shortly. But you can see the appearance when it's cut. It looks similar, but you can tell this is a little bit slightly more fatty versus this, or this has been rendered a little bit better. Otherwise, it's still good to eat. It tastes the same.
Yeah.
So we'll remove the twine. So now we're going to have the actual test. This. So we're gonna probably test a couple places. Probably the skin. This is Lechon A skin. Lechon B. Do about the similar one. Okay. Here. A tastier skin. A or B?
B.
B? Okay. Then let me do my thing. Cut mine. Okay, this is A for me.
Uy. What are you doing?
To make sure my so crunchiness.
Crunchiness is the same.
Yeah. You see, it's been flavored.
Yeah, it's been flavored. And the skin here is not flavored.
Oh yeah. So when I did bite into this, it's just normal standard lechon, because there's no, normally when you make it, you just taste the fat and everything. You need a sauce to go along with it.
Yeah.
This one, just biting the skin, there is some saltiness, so it adds to the fattiness. So you have your salt and your fat, and it makes it want you.
There's a flavor.
Yeah, there's already a flavor to it. Now let's try some of the meats. We'll do a small piece here and there. So roughly the same. So this is A's lechon, primarily meat, and then, you ready? And then we'll make it the same, so primarily meat. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Beef.
Oh, yeah. I cannot differentiate if you put
Okay, hold on.
together.
Let me take a bite of A then also. Taste. Now, in terms of A, you would actually taste the spice bundle. You don't. All you taste is a little bit of the salt and the pepper. But that's about it. I'm expecting that if they have lemongrass, it would actually permeate the meat.
They put more black pepper in there.
But yeah, you can see the pepper. But
Yeah.
I'm expecting with the lemongrass to, we'll show it over here. You can see right there. This is such a big piece of meat that I don't know how long they marinated this or they put this together. I'm expecting that this flavor bomb right here, which is awesome always, would permeate at least more than just whatever. But all I'm tasting is just the pepper, because that's the surface, which is okay, but that's almost like a normal lechon. You can get almost anywhere.
How juicy is it?
We just tasted the meat, so I haven't tasted like a proper cut. We're just doing meat to meat, see how it is. So we're gonna
Try
do.
this one.
None of you has. Yeah, this these. Now, but for me, my personal thing is that even though I tasted the pepper and everything, the pepper was too overpowering. For this one, the salt in it, just yeah, well.
But it tastes really good.
Now, what we're going to do our next one. So meat to meat, almost bland for me.
Almost bland.
Here,
And this one is
no,
not bland, but
normal.
pepper.
Pepper. So you can easily say that they took effort into seasoning the underside,
Yeah, underside.
and because it's just it tastes better a little bit.
Yeah.
Because when you eat lechon, for the most part, guys, if you've had it before, if you go to
Cebu.
to any Filipino store here in the United States, which is where we are, if you get normal lechon, it's plain. It's just what makes the lechon, let's say kawali, is that you have the sauce. This is the overpower of the pepper and maybe not enough seasoning because it's such a huge pork belly. You can tell that it's much bigger, right? But you can tell that this is huge compared to an evenness to the bellies.
Yeah.
This is not too even. It might be from a different, but other than that, the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to try a full piece by itself with the fat. Mamaya. With the skin, of course. We already did the skin, but
Yeah.
so here, dear. Actually,
No,
no.
there's no skin, Daddy.
So yeah, we'll take that out because we need. Actually, no, this is a lot of fat right here.
I know. Give me the fat.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Decent. Seems plain.
Plain.
There's no. The intent of the spice is not there.
Yeah.
You're just
it's
tasting
only
regular
here.
lechon, even in a lechon belly. I was expecting a little bit more. Yeah. Let's see how deep it is. And the one caveat is it's too big for a bite. If you're gonna take slices of it, you have to actually cut it in half. You're not getting the full profile when you're doing a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Looks like more even size versus this is not even at all. There's some skin. As you can see, very bite-sized, just right for dipping and everything. This one you'd have to cut in half. This one you don't need to as much.
It's really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what I said
A lot of
about
spices.
you can easily tell that B has been seasoned a lot longer than this because when I tasted this was just as if you're just going to your normal Filipino store getting some lechon kawali.
Right away.
Right away. But here, when you
Bing.
taste the full cross section with the skin and everything, you taste this right here. As you
Yeah.
can see, this is about the same in here, right? But whatever they did here, right? It permeates the entire belly from here to here, from inner to outer.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you will taste the pepper, but that's about it.
Yeah. Here, there's nothing.
Yeah, this is just plain.
Yeah.
That's probably why they added a lot of sauce. It's my guess to offset the blandness of it. So now let's try it with the sauce now. So
Yeah, but let's try with the sauce.
okay, first of all we'll try it with this one. So we're gonna do A with their sauce. We're gonna cut this in half. So we have a piece already. Here. So this is where A would probably be best, because that's why they added the sauce with it. Is that you need the sauce to have this taste yummy.
Yeah.
But at that point, it means you're just buying the sauce. And if you're Filipino, you could probably buy this in a different any Filipino store. And all you're doing is adding ahos, garlic to it. That's it. Versus this is just, as I told you, the flavor profile is there already. So it's good. You don't necessarily need toyo and some sili, but it's an added thing.
If you want more
Okay.
flavor, you can add
So
toyo.
now,
But
hold on, that's very, okay, here's one. And I'm gonna do it in here.
for me, it's enough already without any sauce. But I'll try.
Another good thing is that, like I did the other one.
Good.
Now, eating this by itself has the flavor profile. Eating it with the looks like soy sauce,
Really good.
some suka and some peppers, different. There's a different
Because
profile.
of the, what you call that one, sour.
Yeah. Versus this and this by itself, you can eat without it. This one is just if you wanted to spice up your tastes, right? You could have it without, but it's always good without. Whereas with A, it's just it's okay, but you do need a sauce with it. So that's the biggest thing is that A must have a sauce to go along with it because it seems to be too big. And it's not fully rendered or whatever.
Lahat ng part ng ano is seasoned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can taste it. So
Sarap.
now, in terms of authenticity, I would go have my wife decide because I'm
bakit Cebuana ko?
Yeah, you're Cebuano. I'm primarily Luzon and Mindanao.
This is really good. I would tell this lechon bee is really Cebu lechon.
Cebu
Kasi
style?
Cebu style lechon. Hey guys. Where? Okay. Right.
There you go. We'll try their sauce now. Yeah, but this one has the flavor by itself. So you just if you take this and it's good. So again, in appearance they look the same except for the color. All right. In terms of smell, the only difference is it smells a little bit more peppery. So it seems that the pepper overpowered the intent of the lemongrass.
Yeah.
It's like it's not enough just having just the lemongrass. This one, you can tell that there's lemongrass and other things to it. I can't really tell what the other things are, but you can smell it. It's in there. You can taste, you can smell the lemongrass is in there. Crunchiness, about the same in terms of their skin. So that's about even.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can taste the crunchiness and stuff. Both have
Yeah.
it. It's actually very hard to get crunchiness. People have to keep cooking to get that crunchy. And both have it. It's fairly, I mean, we've tried it and
It's both crispy.
yeah, it's very crispy. Presentation, even though this looks big and at first glance, it's like wow, it should taste good. But when you start eating into it, it's bland. So I don't know if you could finish this entire thing and say, it's okay. But this one, with its flavor throughout, from inner to outer, may want you to crave some more. Actually,
Yeah. This is the winning sauce.
yeah, the sauce is good. Yeah.
I like that sauce.
Yeah, very vinegary, by the way. But
But
most Filipinos will get what?
vinegar.
Pinakura or some
Pinakura.
spicy vinegar. And that's fine. Taste. This is too bland for me. But this one I like. So,
True.
in terms of with taste alone, I would go with B.
B.
Because you can taste the entire thing. And it's such a small little thing that you go like, okay, we'll just keep eating, and before you know it, it's gone. But this is just a bit bigger. Like even This is too bland. You need something. This you don't,
Taste.
which is different.
Yeah.
So this one is a blandish taste on the skin alone.
This one you can
If you ever have to pick, they're both good. It depends on what you, as the consumer, prefers. But I like taste a lot, and I applaud the fact that most lechons are always bland. Even a whole, yung malaking lechon, the whole hog, it's primarily bland. But I like it when it's flavorful. So I would go with B.
Yeah.
My honest opinion. If I never got to do B, this is also okay. Go again. So appearance, I would give this maybe a 4.
A 4. Because of the kulay.
Yeah, the color. This one is probably the same, but it's a little bit darker. That makes it interesting.
Yeah.
The smell, I'd probably give this a 3. Because the pepper overpowered whatever the intent of the spice bundle was. If it was more balanced, maybe the smell factor would go up a little bit more. This one, maybe 4-ish. Personally, for me, it's bordering on, for my personal taste, slightly on the saltier side, but it's more balanced in the smell. Crunchiness, I'll give it an even, so it's a wash for me, meaning that
Crunchiness are the same.
yeah, the same. If it wasn't, then I would have to tell everybody to to make sure their skin gets crunchy, because that's probably one of the defining marks of a lechon is the crunchiness of the skin.
Yeah.
Presentation, I think, with the sauce packets that were added to this before we were taping, that looks good, and everything. It looks good. It's visually appealing. It's like a big piece of lechon belly. And it makes you wonder, how does it taste? This one, even though it's smaller, the presentation is always good. So, but we'll see what now for taste. Of course, I'm gonna give this a 5.
Yeah, the taste is 5.
Yeah, because you can easily see that the seasoning is done a lot more in terms of time versus there seems to be a little bit more fats. So that's about it. We're going with B, post aftermath, because this is also our dinner for tonight. So thank you guys for allowing us to do a taste test on lechon A and lechon B, as we prefer B. Okay, have a good day. Till next time.
Next time.